All right, let's dive into a book that, I'm not kidding, has completely turned things around for so many people. It's Scott Pape's The Barefoot Investor, and I want you to just forget everything you think you know about budgets and finance books, because honestly, this might be the only money guide you're ever going to need.
I mean, you know that feeling, right? That little knot in your stomach when you think about bills or saving or just the future? You're working your tail off, but it just feels like you're not getting anywhere. Well, if that sounds familiar, you're in the right place. And this right here is the central idea of the whole book. See, it's not a question of if life is going to throw a curveball at you. It's a question of when. It could be anything: losing a job, a sudden health scare, you name it. Life just happens. So the real question is, are you going to have a fire extinguisher ready, or are you just going to have to watch it all burn? Now, let's get one thing straight. This isn't about feeling bad for money mistakes you've made in the past. Not at all. It's about facing a simple truth. We all face these challenges. The goal here isn't to somehow magically avoid the fire. It's to be completely and totally prepared for it. So, what makes this book so different? Well, it's just so incredibly simple. I mean, you can forget about those crazy complicated spreadsheets and budgets that make you feel miserable. This is a real, practical, step-by-step map that just cuts through all the noise and helps you finally get back in the driver's seat. Okay, so how do we actually do this? We follow the Barefoot Steps. And look, this isn't just a random list of tips. It's a very specific, ordered plan. You do one thing, then the next, and you build this amazing momentum until before you know it, your entire financial world feels different. And here it is, the whole thing, the entire plan, right there on one page. We're not going to go through all 9 steps in detail right now, but just look at that. The beauty of it is how simple it looks. No confusing finance jargon, no scary charts, just a clear path to get you from A to B. It's made to feel achievable because you know what it really is. So, where do we start? Well, you might find this surprising, but you don't start with a calculator. You start with your calendar. Yep, step 1 is to schedule a monthly barefoot date night. It's a pretty radical idea, right? To actually make talking about money a positive, regular, and, dare I say it, an enjoyable thing to do. And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? It perfectly captures the vibe of this whole approach. It's about taking the stress and the fear out of talking about money. It's about getting on the same page with your partner, or even just setting aside that time for yourself to build a better future, one slice of garlic bread at a time.
If you are finding this video helpful, please make sure to hit that like button and share it with someone who this might help and be a benefit to their financial decision-makings. Your support means a lot to me and helps the channel grow, allowing the YouTube algorithm to show this content to a bigger crowd. More people can benefit from these ideas and hopefully improve their financial well-being.
So, what happens on this date night? Well, this is where you map out the absolute heart of the entire system, the Serviette Strategy. It's a plan so simple you could literally sketch it out on the back of a napkin, which, fun fact, is exactly how the author came up with it.
Okay, so it all comes down to these 3 super simple buckets. You've got your blow bucket. That's for your everyday expenses and some guilt-free fun money. Then there's your Mojo bucket. Think of this as your safety net for when life gets messy. And finally, your grow bucket, which is all about building serious long-term wealth. And let me tell you, that grow bucket, that's the real game changer. That's your ticket to actual financial freedom.
Right? Let's look at the nuts and bolts. Every time you get paid, your money is going to split automatically. So 60% goes towards your daily living costs, and a full 10% goes to a splurge account for you to spend on whatever you want. No guilt. That's your blow bucket. Then another 10% goes to a smile account for bigger things like a vacation. And a massive 20%, your fire extinguisher, goes toward crushing debt and building up that emergency fund.
And this is the magic. This is what it all looks like when it's set up. Once you've done the work, the system just runs itself. Your money automatically flows exactly where it needs to go. Bills get paid, savings grow, investments happen, all without you having to think about it. You've literally just put your financial progress on autopilot. How cool is that?
Okay, now we get to the really satisfying part. Once those buckets are working, you take that fire extinguisher money and you point it at one of the biggest stress monsters out there, debt. This is where we stop playing defense and we start going on the attack. First things first, you gotta face the beast. You have to drag it out into the light. You're going to make a list of every single debt you have, just like you see here. The name, how much you owe, the interest rate. No more hiding. It's time to see what you're up against. So here's the secret sauce, the domino strategy. And it might not be what you think. You're not going to start with the debt that has the highest interest rate. No, you start with the smallest one. Why? Because it's all about psychology. When you knock out that first small debt, you get this incredible rush, this quick win that motivates you to keep going. You're building this unstoppable snowball of momentum. And then the grand finale, the final boss in your war on debt. You take out your credit cards and you cut them up. It's this powerful, symbolic moment where you literally break free from the old way of doing things. Your new automated system is all you'll ever need. This isn't just cutting plastic, it's a declaration of independence.
So what happens next after the debts are gone? After your money system is humming along on autopilot? Something amazing happens. The whole conversation changes. It stops being about just getting by, about just surviving. It starts being about what you actually want out of life.
And this is what it's all for. This is the real prize. It's not about having a fancy car or a huge house. It's about this feeling from someone who actually did it. We have stopped worrying about the future. Just think about that. That's the goal. It's peace. It's freedom from that constant worry.
So let's just boil it all down. The path to financial freedom really comes down to these 4 things on the whiteboard. Number 1, schedule. Those date nights and make talking about money a good thing. 2, set up your automated buckets. 3, domino your debts, starting with the smallest. And 4, put the whole thing on autopilot so you can just live your life. That's the plan.
You know, when you really get down to it, this whole journey is about one big shift. It's about stepping off that old, worn-out path of financial stress and starting a new one. A path where money is just a tool that helps you build the kind of life and the kind of legacy that you actually want.
The steps are all there. The map is right in front of you. So really, there's only one question left, and it's the most important one. What are you going to do with this freedom? What path will you choose?
Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos. Thanks for watching. I'm Finance Puppy, and here's to a better financial tomorrow. Cheers!